viewers, welcome back. We're going to be talking about the new Everything Company frame. Literally, TNEC. So TNEC frames, I've heard a lot of people skate these and have a really good time. I know Ricardo Lino did a review on these. We'll get into the specs here in just a second, but I want to give a big thank you to Sean Carter for hooking it up with these frames for the review here. They come both in black and purple, and they also come in 250 and 270 millimeter sizing. They have a nifty little chart here too for some of the different common models, skates, and sizing. So I'm on size 10 Faction Tactical V1s, and I'll be skating the 270 millimeter TNEC frames today. All right, so let's just take a look at the kind of description here. The TNEC frame was designed to be playful, all caps. The 60 millimeter max flat setup will keep things nimble on the ground, while the V-shaped groove makes for worry-free fun on rails and ledges. Even the TNEC font bolts are adding to the vibe. Their bolt heads here, you can see it's a TNEC. Apparently their purple versions of the frame had some irregularities. David Rafalco reached out and talked with the TNEC on Instagram, and they gave him, because I guess he had some of the purple ones and there were some irregularities in the mold or in the shape of the frame. So they reached back out and said, yeah, unfortunately they took the frames out of the mold a little bit too soon, and there was some disforming. There's irregularities in frames that we don't even realize, but you can see that there's a little bit of a gap here between the frames, which they say once they're bolted up and you actually put weight on them, it's fine. So stay tuned. We're gonna go mobbing around the skate park, have a good time. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. It helps get rollerblading out to more people here on YouTube. And let's head over to the Daily Shred, get some wheels, and start testing out the new Everything Company TNEC frames. First session on the new Everything Company frames, TNEC frames. Just for your information, I was riding brand new wheels and bearings, undercover. I think these are the team wheels, 60 millimeter, 90A, of course, riding flat. All right, so some of my big takeaways here. Of course, this is a frame that is designed to be flat, of course. So, because of that, it's quite a bit taller than my Creates or really any other anti-rocker like specific frame. So the boot down angle was notably steeper, right? To actually get down onto those Royales, Torques, backslides, etc. So it was quite a bit steeper, but that's okay. I think that's just something that you just get used to. Another big takeaway, so really I guess I should have mentioned this first, but when I first put them on, started rolling around, we talked a little bit about how the frame was a little bit bowed. And so I don't know if that had anything to do with this, but basically when I put them on, and this was something I kind of noticed throughout most of the session, it seemed to kind of go away some. But when I put them on and started rolling around, I noticed they just seemed like very twitchy, especially on the right skate. The right one felt like it kind of wanted to like go in. I don't know. It almost felt, it's not something I've felt basically since I've been an adult skating. Like maybe I experienced that when I was younger or something. So anyway, that's why I went out to the parking lot, and just try to like work them in. Let's just break in the wheels a little bit. Let's just kind of feel out the frames, let everything more or less settle in. And I think that did help. But even after that, like they did feel really twitchy. So with the H block, so it is like a V-shaped H block here. I found that this was very, very secure. I think I've heard people talk about that before, but the profile of the H block coupled with this backslide groove on the Faction Tactical V1, it felt very, very secure. I'm not sure exactly what these weigh, but they're pretty hefty frames, and that's fine. But I think that helps contribute to them being really stiff. So I felt a lot of really good power transfer. I think between obviously riding flat, new wheels, bearings, but like skating them on vert was like borderline scary fast. I'm probably gonna catch heat for this, but I promise I'm not like on purpose trying to like look for bad things about these axles. But again, I think it's really cool and clever with these different, each different axle head, bolt heads, whatever. But after changing, as I was like just putting bearings in the wheels and putting the axles in, it just felt a little bit cumbersome. Like having to find like, okay, here's the T, let me put it, okay, and here, which one is the, and so it's like fine, but it actually honestly made me think even more like, oh crap, like I really cannot lose one of these because each one is unique and whatever, right? So I think it's cool, I think it's fun, but I think practically I'm just not a fan, sorry. Are they my favorite flat frame I've ever skated? No. Oh, let's talk about wheel bite. I don't know, you saw my technique. It's not the best. I don't get the lowest in the world. Especially on back farves, on that sort of little low ledge, I was getting plenty of wheel bite. There was squeaks. On every torque and back farve on that ledge, there wasn't one time where I didn't have some wheel bite squeaking at me. So that was kind of unfortunate. Didn't get a lot of wheel bite outside of that. For some reason, it was just on back farve. So it's probably just my technique, but for what it's worth, figured I'd share that with you. Okay, well that's the first session. That's my big takeaways on the new Everything Company frames here. Enjoyed them. I am gonna skate them at least one or two more times to really get a better idea of what's going on here and give you some follow-up thoughts on that. But overall, had a good time. A lot of the stuff I'm harping on is just a matter of getting used to the frame, skating it more, building your own grooves, just feeling it out, right? It's tough to really be in tune with something on the very first go, but overall, thought it was a great frame. I'll link to everything down in the description below. So if you want to check out anything here, go check it out down in the description. And rollerbitters, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Without your help, this would not be possible. If you want to support the channel through Patreon, check out the link down in the description below and check out the video on the screen. I'll see you over there. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Without your help, this would not be possible. If you want to support the channel through Patreon, check out the link down in the description below and check out the video.